Welcome to another episode of the Group Parlay podcast. As always, Andy Simo, Kevin Asoy, and Nick Strom can't join us today. His app's not updating. I think it's just an excuse because he's been absolutely miserable. But we all have. I mean, it has not been a good run by any stretch of the imagination. So yesterday, not much better. I did hit, so I was very happy with that fact. But you guys, Kevin, for you can't figure out baseball. But
yeah. Baseball's been rough for me. It's my second time trying Dodgers in like a 4 or 5 game span, and they failed me once again. It's whatever. But yeah, I had Dodgers -1. They lost by 4 to the Yankees. I thought Yamamoto would be a stud. He gave up. He was pretty bad actually yesterday. So Yankees just had the bats rolling. They won 7-3. And then Strom had Phillies -1. And what was the score of that one? That final, we had 5-2. Brewers stay hot. They've won 6 or 7 in a row there. So I think he was going system play. But Brewers win, and they swept the Phillies. So Brewers could come out of nowhere here and go on a run. Then, Andy, Tigers, Royals under 9. Great pick. 1-0 final here. Royals couldn't get a run on 9 hits. So great stuff there. Good to see you hitting. Then hopefully Strom and I can figure it out here. But yeah, May wasn't great. And now we're 0-1 start to June. So hopefully we figure it out. We got nothing but baseball. We'll have a handful of more basketball picks and maybe hockey here and there. But other than that, it's going to be baseball here for a while.
I'm going to have to dive into WNBA because the only other thing that's really going on, college World Series is going to happen. It's going to have to be like straggler picks, maybe golf, but baseball's been tough. So, and I feel like the Phillies, we've taken the Phillies 3 out of the last 4 days. It's lost every time. It's just a game of runs. Try and go on system plays, stuff like that. But, sometimes it doesn't work out. Brewers, you would think Brewers won't keep this streak up, but just so happens that we caught them at the wrong time. And Phillies can't beat them. So, but what can you do? We move on. I mean, honestly, we probably needed this because the last 2 months we've been terrible and we hit the first day of the month. We need to start out with a loss. Now we go.
For sure.
Maybe. But let's get into it. I guess I'll start with Strom's. He's going Marlins -1. They're playing the Rockies. The Rockies are 3-28 on the year. They're 9-50 on the season. They're terrible. Marlins, scrappy team. They've got a couple good hitters, Kyle Stowers and Connor Norby and, 1 or 2 other guys. But, they're nothing special. They're just a better baseball team. Anytime we can get, -1 against the Rockies, because there's probably not going to be any more money line plays, it's going to be a pretty solid pick. Max Meyer's on the bump for the Marlins. He's been hit and miss. This feels like a good hit day for him. And then German Marquez for the Rockies, pitching to a 7.13 ERA. He's terrible. So, anytime you can get -1 against the Rockies, I feel pretty confident about it. So, just the Marlins are not the best team either.
Yeah, I can't say I love this pick. Just taking the Marlins. I know they win more games than the Rockies, but they're pretty bad. Kyle Stowers went ice cold after his run. He's like 2 for his last 30.
So, it's just a matter of, are you going to get the runs from the Marlins? Are you going to be able to limit the damage from the Rockies? The Rockies have lost so many in a row. They have to win eventually, and this just feels kind of trappy. So,
yeah, we'll see.
See how it goes. All right. You want it?
Yep. Yeah, it was a smaller slate today, too, which is unfortunate. But I found one I think I like. I'm going Twins -1. They're playing the Athletics, and the Athletics have been really bad. They're 1 for the last 10. They've lost like 6 in a row. It's Joe Ryan versus Severino. Joe Ryan has been really, really good. He's got a 1.86 ERA in May and a 2.57 on the year. So he's been very solid. Severino, not great. 3.89 ERA this year, but a 4.82 in May. So he's coming off some pretty bad starts in the month of May. Offensively, Athletics don't hit righties very well, which Joe Ryan is, batting 251 against them. They hit better against lefties typically. And they have been scoring runs. It really hasn't been their issue. Their issue is their bullpen, and their starting pitching has been really, really bad. They have the worst bullpen ERA in baseball now at 6.17 ERA. Basically, outside of Mason Miller, they have nobody. So, Twins offense not great this year, but they're pretty scrappy, and they keep runs scoring pretty low. So, they have a solid bullpen. It's like top 5. They have 3.25 ERA there from the bullpen. So, looking for them to have a good game here from the pitching side of things and take care of business against this struggling Athletics team.
Yeah, I don't mind. Joe Ryan has been unbelievable this year. If you can get 6 out of Joe Ryan, hand it off to Griffin Jackson, Johan Duran, I mean, it should just be a 1 or 2 run day for the Athletics. So,
yep,
I don't mind it. It's mad about scoring runs, and Severino every once in a while puts up like 8-inning 1
he
run
does.
ball. Like,
yeah,
every once in a while. He's kind of
for sure. He's coming off a decent start against the Astros, 6 innings, 1 earned run. So we'll see on that side of things, but hopefully get the bullpen.
Yeah, I dig it. All right. And to round it out, taking the Dodgers again. Dodgers -1. They're playing the Mets. System that worked for us pretty well last year was take starting pitchers making their first start of the year or their major league debut. Paul Blackburn was on the 15-day IL. He's making his first start of the year for the Mets. He's been just terrible his whole career. 4.85 ERA in his career and a 1.4 WHIP. Going against one of the top offenses. Mookie Betts comes back today. Pages has been great. Will Smith has been the best catcher in baseball. I think this is going to be a very tough lineup for Paul Blackburn making his first start of the year. Also, the Mets have to travel across the country. They played last night. They play today. And their last 6 games have been against the Rockies and the White Sox. So I think they're due to regress. The pitching can't stay this good all season. And we've seen some of their starters, their ERAs go up a little bit. I think it's just regression time for them. Dustin May's going for the Dodgers. He's fine. He's okay. I don't love that, but I mean, I think I think they're going to get to Paul Blackburn early and often. Dodgers should take care of business at home. One last stat: Dodgers are 21-9 at home. The Mets on the road 13-15. So they really do a lot of their cooking at home. So
yeah, another good strategy is taking a really good team off a loss. So kind of a double good strategy here. So I like the pick. If they lose again, it's almost like, do we take the Dodgers again?
yeah, exactly. I mean, we just can't have like the Phillies where it's like, all right, we're just gonna start hammering the Dodgers, the Phillies, and they go on a 3-game skid or something.
For sure. And the Mets are no joke. So
all right. So to recap the picks, Twins -1 at -135, Dodgers -1 at -123, Marlins -1 at -145. Comes out to plus 433 for today's parlay. All -1s, all favorites. What could possibly go wrong today?
That's right. Let's go. Need it.
Yep, we need it. All right, let's get it.